Hi guys! In this video we'll be looking at Estudio, and the objective here is that by the end of the video you're familiar with Estudio. If you're doing your scavenger hunt, you have the information you need to complete your scavenger hunt, and you know how to get your homework and find out when it's due. Okay? So the thing I love about Estudio is mainly it streamlines the homework process. You can access Estudio from almost anywhere you have an internet connection. That means you can do it on your phone on the bus. You can do it from your friend's house. You can do it at the school library. You can do it at a public library. You can do it at home, okay? So you can access it anywhere. It's awesome because it gives you a virtual version of our textbook. So that means that you don't have to lug a textbook home if you want to have one handy. It's not going to sit and rot in your locker, okay? But you can access it conveniently. So that's cool. The other thing is when you're completing your homework, you have instant feedback. So Estudio is going to tell you what you got wrong and why instantly, instead of you waiting to turn it in, to get it back, to go over in class, etc. So those are some really great advantages to Estudio, okay? The other thing that's great is it keeps a calendar for you. So that means that you log in and you check your calendar, and Estudio tells you exactly what's due when. You can work ahead if you want to, etc. So there's some really cool advantages to Estudio. I definitely prefer them over packets, let me tell you that, okay? So let's look at what we need to do. If you're doing our scavenger hunt at the beginning of the year, I'm going to walk you through it. If this is in the middle of the year and you're just getting some refreshers, awesome information in here as well, okay? So the first thing you need to do is navigate to the home page. So once you're at the home page, you need to bookmark the home page somehow. You need to mark it so that you will not lose it, okay? Don't tell me you can't log in because you didn't know how to get there. This is the home page. Please save it. The next thing you need to do is log in with your username and password. I'm going to give you a username and password. When I've given them to you, you're going to put them somewhere extremely safe. For example, write it on the bottom of your shoe. Take a picture of it with your phone, right? So then it's on your camera roll. Email it to yourself. Write it in your notebook. Write it in your planner. I don't care. Text it to your boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever. Put it somewhere that you will have handy, okay? Because if you can't log in, you can't do your homework. So that's a pretty lame excuse for that, okay? So once you have your username and password that I'll give to you, go ahead and log in. And it's going to look something like this. If you're in a second year class, you probably have two books here, a red and a purple. If you're in a first year class, you have one book, okay? So I can find the online textbook. This is the online textbook, but you'll notice there's different versions. There's the workbook, the pre-AP, and assessment. You can click on any of these. It's going to open up in a new window. You've got all these tabs up here, okay? We're going to use these tabs to navigate through the different types of books and the different materials available to us. So in the textbook, you can see the different names of the you can see the different chapters. And if you click on them, you can actually see the names, okay? So this is different whether you're in the purple book or the red book. So you're going to look up the textbook, look at the chapters, and get the names down, okay? I can find the workbook, audio activities, and the pre-AP workbook. Again, we're using the tab system here. We have our workbook and our audio activities right here. We have our pre-AP workbook here. The question, what can you practice? We'll just kind of explore here. What do you find that's being practiced in the pre-AP workbook, okay? I want you to write that stuff down. Oh, move myself there a little bit. So next, we're going to find the chapter videos. Again, we're all working in the tab. So here we have chapter videos or grammar videos. So if I assign you to watch a video on Estudio, this is what I'm talking about, okay? So that looks good. And for this section right here, you're going to watch a video and write a quick summary, okay? Now, how do you know when homework is due and what homework is due and when? Well, that's pretty easy. From logging in, when you log in, you're taken to this page, right? Click on the book that you're working in. So if you're in Spanish 2, you have to know if you're in the red book or the purple book. If you're not sure, just ask me. If you're in Spanish 1, you'll always be in the purple book, okay? So we're going to click on this book for now. Once you have this second window open, there's this like mustardy orange tab up here. You're going to click on the arrow, click calendar. So here we have a calendar. It's going to tell me what assignments are due on Tuesday, September 1. Okay? Now, all I have to do is click on the assignment and complete it. Let's say I leave that one blank. Let's say I spell this one wrong. Okay, and we'll leave another blank. Okay, let's submit those answers. I've got a score 2 out of 6. It's going to tell me what my answers were or what my options were. Okay? So this is a really good way to get feedback of if you're on the right track or not. Okay? So I would encourage you to continue to practice until you get 100%. Some of these are self-graded and some of them are not. Now, once I've completed an assignment, I'm going to refresh my page. You'll notice that I completed it on such a date, okay, and I've got a green check mark. Green means it's graded. There's a sometimes if there's a red check mark, it means I have to grade it. But what you need to look at is the complete column. If you don't have a green check, it's not done. So make sure you have that clear. Okay? Now, do I have to do these assignments? Well, depends. They're due on this day, so if that's a day coming up, then yeah, I need to do them. And I always make assignments due by the end of the day, so by midnight, okay? After that, they would be considered late. And the other thing that you'll want to pay super close attention to is sometimes we log in. Let's say I click on this week. Well, if it says no activities, I'm like, oh, sweet, no homework. Well, if I'm not looking at the correct week, then this information won't be accurate. So you really want to make sure that you're selecting the correct week. Or you could be looking and seeing that you had actually completed them when you haven't, etc. You get the idea. Okay? So that's kind of how you use Estudio. If you have any further questions, let me know and I'd be happy to help. All right? See you next time. Bye.